Hello, everyone. Thank you for viewing our food chat today. Excuse me, got a little cough going on with this.
Lots of pop?
Yeah, that's what we need. Nice drink, huh? Dan, what are we going to talk about today? Looks like we're talking about sugary stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to talk about healthy beverage choices.
Okay.
It's summertime, so people are spending a lot of time outdoors doing yard work. It's hot out.
Oh, yes.
So it's really important to stay hydrated. Mm-hmm. But there's a smart way to stay hydrated and a not so smart way to stay hydrated. So
yep.
We're going to talk about healthy beverage choices today.
Okay, good. Because mine's probably not the healthiest.
Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation, you're right. So what are we talking about some demos here, or are we going to talk about our slides we got first?
Sure. Well, we can kind of jump into the slides a little bit,
okay.
and we will switch over to demos if that's okay.
Okay.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about beverages and the amount of calories and sugar in different beverage products. And so can they see us here, or can
yeah.
they? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've put together a little bit of some demonstrations to illustrate how much sugar is in various products that
yep.
some of us consume on a regular basis. And so, so if you drink, what do you like to drink? Are you
Well, usually it varies. First thing in the morning, I'm not a coffee drinker.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll choose this green drink, but a lot of times I only drink about a half a cup of it.
Okay. We don't like to mention products by name, but
right, the green one.
But it's sort of a summit beverage, right?
Uh-huh. Yep, it has caffeine in it. I think
it has some caffeine in it.
It supplements my coffee.
Okay. Well, these products do have a lot of sugar, as you probably may be aware.
Uh-huh.
And so this is your green beverage that you drink. That's a regular pop.
Right.
A regular 12-ounce pop has about 10 teaspoons of sugar. So each of these
each one of those little packets
sugar packets represents about a teaspoon of sugar.
Wow.
So I'm going to hold this up. So when you drink a 12-ounce green regular pop, you're getting about 10 teaspoons of sugar that you're putting in your body. Okay.
Wow.
So that's about 170 calories. And so if you ever want to do this, if you ever want to see how much sugar is in your beverage, you can look at the carbohydrate content on your food label.
Okay.
And you divide that by 4, and that tells you how many of these packets would be in this product.
Oh, really?
So this is
so here's my question, and I hate to hear this. What is our recommended intake for a day?
It depends on your needs, your calorie. For men, it's about I don't know, anywhere from 2,600 calories per day, but this feeds into that.
Right.
So these are empty calories. These are there's not any nutritional value. It's just straight sugar energy. Yeah. And we do need carbohydrates. We do need energy, but most of us get too much
of that
sugar. Yeah. Right. So we need to cut back on this. And so this is 10 teaspoons. Now, if you drink a 20-ounce bottle of the green regular soda, you're going to get about 18 teaspoons.
Ooh.
So nice. That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so if you drink, you ever go to the 7, I'm not supposed to say, but the convenience store. And
convenient, yeah.
And you get the fountain drink, and it's about about 44 ounces.
Yep.
That's about double this.
Oh my gosh!
That's quite a bit of sugar.
Yes.
So, and that raises your that's not good for your health. It's not good for your heart.
No.
It's not good for your body weight and that type of thing. And another problem is that it's liquid calories. So if you eat a candy bar, which also has a lot of sugar, at least you're satiating yourself. You can just guzzle this stuff and you don't get full. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're kind of getting these calories and you're not getting that fullness feeling. So
these
are not the healthiest choices. Now, every now and then it's okay, but I would say it should not be an everyday type of beverage that you choose.
Right. Well, I agree. It's sort of one of them things that's a habit. It's an addictive drug, I guess, if you would. It's just like anything else, smoking and things like that. It's hard to stop.
So there are healthier regular pops that you can. There's some hybrids that have a little bit of artificial sweetener in them. But they're about half the amount of calories. So those could be healthier choices for you. Again, I wouldn't recommend those products to be everyday things that you but on occasion. So yeah, if you can cut back or consume a little bit less, that would be a goal that you could work on.
Now I hear even though there's a diet pop,
right?
Is that, well, obviously it's a little better for you, but I hear some bad things about it too.
Yeah, there is some research on people that consume lots of diet sodas that have artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
Have increased risk for obesity and those types of diabetes. The theory is that when you drink diet sodas and artificial sweeteners, they are extremely sweet.
Yeah.
And so your brain is building up a tolerance for sweet foods, and so it's thought that maybe these artificial sweeteners increase your cravings for sweet food, and so that's and over time, that could be a problem for people. Maybe they're more likely to, people that drink diet sodas, for example, might be more likely to eat more sugary foods, and so that increases their weight over time and that type of thing. So
even though they're trying to be good and drink a diet, they're actually training themselves to eat more sweet stuff. Maybe.
Could be. There's still more research.
Right?
There's more research, but personally, I think that you're better off drinking the diet soda than the regular for many reasons.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But there are healthier choices than. We can talk about water is probably your best choice.
Yeah.
Now, some people think sports drinks are healthy choices, and some sports drinks have very little sugar. Again, you have to look at the label. But a lot of them have almost as much sugar as pop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So this product, this product has about a third less sugar than your regular soda. But again, this is a pretty big bottle, so this will actually have about the same amount of sugar as about 18 teaspoons. So you drink that whole thing. So again, read your labels, and the best choice probably is going to be water. The water does not have any calories. There's also, if you do have that craving for, I like the fizz.
Yeah.
And
right.
there are lots of low calories, low calorie sodas that are just carbonated water, flavored water.
Yep.
And those are good. You could actually mix spritzers. You kind of mix a little bit of juice in with those carbonated water products. And you could, if you have a glass, it could be 3 parts of your carbonated water and then a quarter juice.
Okay.
And you have almost like a flavored beverage that way. Yeah. Now, I do want to talk about juices too, because juices have a 12-ounce orange juice has about the same amount of sugar as your soda pop. So that's about 12 ounces of orange juice is going to have about 10 teaspoons of sugar. So just because you're drinking juice doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you if you drink a lot of it, because juice is very high calorie. Now, you do get some vitamins like vitamin C, which is good for it's an antioxidant, and that's good for our health. But and there's some B vitamins in 100% juices, but they're still laden in calories. So you got to be careful with juices too.
That seems really interesting. That juices could be basically bad for you, because you'd think of juices as fruits and things like that,
and they're from
that's
fruit,
good for you.
And they have, but they have natural sugar in them. Fructose, and so they're very high in calories. So juices you have to be careful of, and some people overconsume the juices. And there are juice products out there that have less calories than like your regular juices as well. So look at the labels. But also, I don't know if you're into. You said are you a coffee drinker?
I am not a coffee drinker. No. So yeah. So those cold coffees and those in a bottle they don't entertain me, I guess. So.
Well, you have to be careful with coffee drinks, because this one has about the same amount of sugar as your regular pop, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah.
So these two products have about 8 teaspoons of sugar. This is a coffee drink here, and it's a cappuccino. So again, read the labels on these. Energy drinks are also very high in sugar as well, and they'll have about the same amount of sugar as like a regular soda. So. that's something you got to be careful of if you're into those products.
Now these power energy drinks, they're that gives you a burst of energy right quick.
Yeah.
Those have to be just loaded with sugar, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Because really, that's what it's giving you.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yep. That's about right. They're kind of on par with your regular sodas. Some will have a little bit more than that, but yeah, there are some healthier choices with your energy drinks too.
Okay.
So again, it's the same type of thing. Very costly too. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So
okay.
So I'm going to go through my slides a little bit here.
Okay. So
again, so when you have your drink in the morning or in the afternoon, what are some of the things that influence your decision about what products you choose? You think about sugar, fats, calories, caffeine, or the cost of different products. What goes into your decision making when you choose various beverages?
Well, probably
the caffeine.
That's more than anything.
So you want the caffeine.
Yeah. The sugar, I guess, I really don't think about the sugar part. I think more of caffeine, what's going to give me a little wake up, I guess.
Sure.
But again, that's probably the sugar part talking to you. So.
Well, so when we make decisions, we're going to talk about decisions that we make and the implications of those decisions. So.
And obviously the price, like you said. That also is a big deal.
So, when you're thinking about your drink, you do want to think about serving sizes and then perhaps make, for example, the juice. A serving of juice is only 8 ounces, and so that's a very small juice cup. So you don't want to pour it into a big cup. So you want to think about how many servings are in a container too. So this has about 2.5 servings, and so you just need to be mindful of that as well.
Now, do they put different types of sugars? Because I know there's, like the slide that you had up there, it looked like there was 3 different types of sugars in the spoon. Is that what that is, or is that something else?
Well, most of these products have what they call high fructose corn syrup, which chemically is very similar to sugar, though it's much less expensive for the manufacturers. Okay. So, but that's been ubiquitous in our food supply. It's in a lot of different products. And in fact, when they introduced it in, I think it was the early 70s, that's when their obesity epidemic coincidentally started to take off. So some concerns about that, but chemically it's very similar to sugar, but that's the main ingredient in a lot of these products. Now, a lot of these pops are starting to advertise that they're 100% cane sugar, because people are afraid of the high fructose, but cane sugar, you're getting the same amount of calories. So,
okay. All right.
That's just the way it is. But that's sometimes beverage companies try to market their product as being healthier. They don't imply that, but if people think, well, I'm drinking my pop and it doesn't have any high fructose corn syrup, it's cane sugar, it's got to be healthier.
It's got to be healthier.
It's the same amount of calories.
It's the same thing in the end. Right.
That's right.
Well, I like your slide here. I like the look of the drink, although it might be coffee. I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is a mocha. And you can get this at a very popular coffee place that a lot of people like. It starts with an S.
Right.
And so this is a iced white chocolate mocha. This is 16 ounce. And this has about 58 grams of carbohydrate. So it has lots and lots of sugar, has lots of caffeine. It has about 150 milligrams of caffeine. And it has... it has milk, it has whipped cream, so it has a lot of calories. It has quite a bit, 450 calories. So that's quite a bit, especially if you're on a 2,000 calorie diet. That's almost a quarter of your calories right there. Yeah. So
you just missed breakfast and lunch almost.
Yes. So that's a whole meal in itself. Yeah. And so it has a caffeine. So there are some, if you do like these products, there's some substitutions that you can ask for when you're at these stores. Okay. You can ask for skim milk, and you can have them leave the whipped cream off of it, and then you can shave your calories down quite a bit by about a third. Wow. So, and the fat. So.
Do we find people doing that, Dan? Is there any study out there that there's people starting to ask for this like that?
I think so. I think consumers are getting
a little more
becoming more
cautious.
aware, and a lot of these restaurants are providing calorie counts for various items too.
I've seen that on a lot of restaurants that I've gone now,
Yeah,
even
a lot of
the fast food places.
A lot of chain restaurants, so you can see how many calories that you're getting. And I think people are getting a little smarter about the products that they're choosing. So, for these products, you can. I mean, you don't have to have the biggest size too. You can ask for smaller sizes. As I said, skipping the whipped cream, that's going to save you about 7 to 12 grams of fat.
Okay.
And then, there are sugar-free syrups too that they can provide, and this will shave off a lot of calories as well on these products. And these are expensive too. So if you have these every day, then that's going to put a dent in your pocketbook. So now that we're kind of on this caffeine kick, and I have my coffee right here, let's talk a little bit about caffeine.
Okay.
So caffeine is a stimulant, meaning that it increases your heart rate and your alertness, and it can increase your blood pressure if you have a lot of it. Now, it can cause insomnia, of course, and restlessness, irritability, and heartburn in certain people. And a lot of experts recommend just not drinking caffeine after 6 o'clock if you want to, and most experts say you need about 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So you're trying to avoid that caffeine in the evening.
I'd love to get 6 or 7 hours of sleep.
7 to 8, actually.
Yeah, that'd be even nicer, but this 5 is not good.
Yeah, so if you're trying to get more sleep, you want to avoid these products after 6 o'clock.
After 6,
now, everybody's different, so I can drink coffee and I'm fine.
Yeah.
But everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
You kind of have to know your body.
I've noticed it also, like if I've tried to stay away from caffeine for a few days, and then all of a sudden I drink one, then it's like, oh!
You do kind of build up a tolerance.
Yeah.
But caffeine actually, there's some studies that suggest that there are some health benefits, and it's thought to prevent some neurological diseases like Parkinson's, and but there are some concerns with too much caffeine as well. In fact, I recall reading a study about people that drink, I think it was men that drink more than 3 cups per day, have higher rates of mortality from injuries and other diseases and things like that. So. Yeah, the experts recommend no more than 2 to 3 servings per day.
Okay.
So we've got some various products here that show various caffeine contents, and your 12-ounce or 8-ounce coffee has anywhere from 100 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. So. Decaffeinated will have a little bit of caffeine, actually, about 10 milligrams, 2 to 10 milligrams.
Just a little, okay.
Yeah, so, but you can see some various caffeine contents in various products here. So, but your Mountain Dew has about 55 milligrams of caffeine in a 12-ounce, so this has about 55 milligrams. So this is actually less than coffee. So coffee is still going to have the most caffeine. Now, there's various products of coffee. Some have more than others.
Yeah.
Your lighter roast actually have more caffeine than your darker roast. And it's because I think that when they manufacture the darker roast, it burns off some of that caffeine.
Takes it out.
So,
okay. Interesting.
So there's some various caffeine.
Now, is there coffee with 0 caffeine? I mean,
decaffeinated, but there's still a little bit. But it's not a whole lot.
Okay.
So one thing we want to think about too is the amount of money that you might spend on a pop every day or a coffee every day, that type of thing. So a regular coffee from a vending machine is about 35 cents or so, and that adds up to be, if you get it every day, about $7 per month. And if you get it from McDonald's, it runs between $1.40, $1.60, and that's about $30 per month. So, if you can cut back, that saves you a lot of money.
That's a few dollars.
If you get a large latte, that might be like $3.50. So that's around $70 a month.
Wow.
If you can cut back on that. You get soda from a vending machine, like $1.25. And if you get one every day, that's about $25, $30 a month. So it adds up. It really does. So these Water is cheap, you know, you can get it out of the drinking fountain.
Yeah, it's definitely an alternative.
One thing that you can do with water too is like, and as I said, you know, carbonated water beverages don't have any calories if you need that fizz. But what some people do is they'll put fruit in the water, like lemon or oranges, and that adds a little bit of flavor to your water.
Okay.
And so that's something to think about as well.
Well, what about that stuff that you put into water, Dan? That makes it. You can go buy it. It makes it taste like lemonade or a fruit punch or something.
Yeah,
is that bad for us?
Well, again, that's just
is that straight sugar?
Usually they're little capsules, and they usually have artificial sweeteners that they're very sweet. Yeah. And you just put a little drop in. So again, healthier choices than a lot of these products here.
But still a little better for us. All right. Okay.
So energy drinks, we talked a little bit earlier about energy drinks, and so research on youth and energy drinks has found that if youth who overconsume energy drinks actually have a higher risk for seizures, diabetes, problems with their heart, behavior issues, and actually the caffeine in soda can't contain more than 71 grams per 12 ounces. But the energy drinks are unregulated, so they might have anywhere from 200 to 300 milligrams per 12 ounces. Okay. So they can be pretty packed with caffeine, and there are some medical professionals that feel like these energy drinks in sports are not a good mix, and they can even cause heart problems. So again, I think in moderation okay, but some of these youth that are over-consuming a lot of these energy drinks, there's definitely some concerns there. Some of the energy drinks have natural herbal products that actually contain caffeine themselves, so they might actually have more caffeine than what they provide on the label.
Gotcha.
So
right.
Something to keep in mind with energy drinks.
All right.
Okay. Final thoughts. What is your drink of choice? And these are just some ideas for people to think about some healthier choices that they can make every day. So when it comes to dairy products, we should probably be making fat-free choices like skim milk and then whole or 2%. We can save a lot of calories that way instead of drinking whole milk. Watching your caffeine. Caffeine actually is not a diuretic it's not going to make you go to the bathroom unless you drink a lot of it.
Right.
But, you know, as I said, some people really do have trouble with caffeine, especially if they drink more than 2 to 3 servings when it comes to keep you up at night, and some concerns with morbidity and mortality and that type of thing. But caffeine in moderation is okay. Water is your best choice, so drink water first for thirst. It was a campaign here that we had here in Ohio a few years back. Be careful about the size of your drink. So the smaller sizes are better. You're going to get less calories that way. Sugar substitutes are generally healthier, but again, you don't want to overconsume those as well because
don't think that they're better for you.
They're healthier choices, but again, you know, there's healthier choices than your diet pops as well. Calcium is important, and want to point out that we need about 2 cups of milk every day, or dairy products, and teens need about three cups because their bones are forming. Gotcha. And so if you don't get your dairy early on in life, you're never going to get it in terms of your bone density. So that's dairy is really important, especially when it comes to teens. And so, you know, we want them drinking milk rather than the sugary drinks. And eat your fruit instead of drinking it. Juice has some vitamins, but it doesn't have the fiber. And fiber is so healthy for us. It prevents diabetes and heart problems and that type of thing. So getting that fiber in, drinking the orange instead of the orange juice. And you do get fluids that way. You get fluids from eating the orange. In fact, there are probably about 75, 80, probably more, probably about 90% fluids. I don't know, but I'll have to ask some of our ad guys how much fluid is in dairy versus. And then think about how much you're spending. We talked about how much you can save. You know, not avoiding that coffee every day at the store. You can save up to $100, $60 to $100 a month. So, definitely. But But anyway, that's pretty much our presentation. I think we're about out of time, and it is important to stay hydrated. Men need about 15 cups of fluids every day, and women need about 11 cups.
Okay.
And again, we get some of our fluids from food, but especially during these hot summer months, we really need to be hydrating ourselves before, during, and after sporting events or working outdoors, you know, that type of thing. And don't wait until you're thirsty. You want to make sure that you're continuing to drink fluids throughout the day. And you know, I go backpacking, and it's you always want to be drinking at all times.
All times if possible.
Yeah, and don't conserve. You know, you don't want to conserve water. You want to just make sure it's flowing through your bodies.
Okay.
And you don't get enough water, you get cramping and dehydration and that type of thing. So that's a real problem in the summertime.
Yeah.
And make those healthier choices though too.
All right. Well, Dan, I really appreciate it. This has been another great topic on sugar content and things like that. So join us again next month as we continue our healthy lifestyle, and we will see everyone then.